welcome to Drafting with Jamie Rigatti. I'm very excited to announce that I will be doing more draft videos for SeemsGoodMagic.com, hopefully weekly. So happy to have you guys and excited to be here. All right, so let's see. What should we pick out of this pack? Do not be enticed by the shiny Abandoned Reason, although I do like this card. Let's see. That is a rare I'm definitely not interested in. It just doesn't do enough. Lashweed Lurker is pretty good. I'm not really interested in taking a two-color card at this point, even though I guess you technically could cast it for colorless. So if we were in green or blue, I'd be very interested in this, right? But I just don't want to take that right off the bat. I feel like that's pretty tough. Spreading Flames, I really do like this card. A lot of times, though, I won't end up playing it because it is quite slow. I'm not actually sure what the first pick should be here. This is kind of tough. Lashweed Lurker is a house. It does get things done as a huge tempo play. I'm just not really sure if I want to commit to that. I think I'm actually going to take Wretched Griff. I just really like this card. It's kind of an awkward first pick, though. Okay. Well, here we go. Here's Imprisoned in the Moon, which I'm pretty sure is the pick. I'm going to look at the rest of the pack. Let's see. Faith Unbroken I do like, but it's asking for a blowout sometimes. You can definitely 2-for-1 yourself with this card. But I think it's really good in red-white aggro, just to get something out of the way for a turn. Sometimes it's huge. Grizzled Angler. I like this card. I do, but sometimes it can be tough to get it to flip, and that's where it really truly shines. It's not bad as a 2-3 for 3, though. Let's see. Paladin's okay. Liliana's Elite I found to be pretty good, but not always what you want. I mean, I think the pick is definitely clear. We have to take Imprisoned in the Moon. It is the strongest card in the pack. Even if we didn't already have a vested interest in taking blue, I would be taking this card. Okay, so here we go. Now we have some decisions, I guess. Narwhal Dread is a very good card. The 1/1 Death Touch for 1 is pretty great. It goes really well with Rabid Bites. Not that we would get that many, but if you do get them in pack 3, it's great. I'm also interested in Enlightened Maniac because it does leave us open and it goes pretty well with our Wretched Griff. And if we end up in blue, we might end up getting some more emerge cards. Yeah, there's nothing really else that I would want to take in this pack if we were not already in blue. Would I be taking something else here? Probably the Dryad. I think that's what it's between. It's a pretty strong pick, but Enlightening Maniac does leave us open, and it goes really, really great with our Griff, so I'm going to take that. Let's see. Eldritch Evolution, I believe, is worth a few tickets these days, but I don't think it really truly shines in Limited, so that's not something I'm interested in taking. Maybe. I haven't really played with this card a lot. I feel like I don't know. Maybe it's really good. I'm just not super duper interested in taking it. Maybe we will. Maybe we will actually. Let's look at the rest of the pack. Homunculus. I've seen it flip. I've also just seen it do straight up nothing. So I think he really is good in a blue-red spells deck. Otherwise, I'm not really too sure how I feel about him. Wormhole is okay. Delirium doesn't really exist too much anymore. That's pretty hard to get a good Delirium deck going. I like Grapple a lot. I like Weirded Vampire a decent bit in a Madness deck, which we do not have. I'm going to take a Dawn Griff. It's a flyer. It's evasion. White seems decently open. So that's why I'm going to take a Griff just from the packs we've seen. I mean, we really don't have strong signals yet, but I think blue-white is a good way to go. And I just didn't think Homunculus was going to do much for us. Maybe I made the wrong choice there. Let's see. This pack, I'm interested in a second Enlightened Maniac. It's 2 bodies, and it helps us emerge our Griff. It's perfect fodder for that. Let's see. What else is there really here? Midnight Scavengers. That might actually be good to take because I think that's a signal that black is kind of open. That's a pretty strong card. And blue-black, if we can end up with some zombie cards, it's a fun place to be. I've really been impressed by blue-black, which is funny because one of my last draft videos, I got blue-black and I was disappointed. But if you get the right cards, it can be quite good. Yeah, let's take the Scavengers. Let's take a chance on that. Yeah, I was going to say, I think that means black's open, and I'm pretty sure that's exactly what's happening here because here is a boon, a 6th pick boon at that. This is a first pickable card. It's very good removal. All right, it's efficient removal. Let's not say very good. It's it does what it needs to do, which is get something off the board. So I'm very interested in it. If that wasn't here, I would probably be interested in a Scuttler, since we already have a Maniac or a Spontaneous Mutation. I'd be happy to take that too. There's really nothing that pulls me into a different color here. I think I'm going to take the Boon. Be happy with that. Let's put this Griff over here for now. Second Enlightened Maniac. Wow. Okay. Let's see. I'm not really interested in anything else here. I'm not, this is not a card that I like to play, Succumb to Temptation. It is card draw. It is instant. I get that it has a time and place, but I'm not interested in it here right here. I'm going to take this Enlightened Maniac. There's also maybe an argument for taking a Borrowed Grace, but our blue is our strongest color right now, followed by black. So let's keep doing what we're doing until we seem to be cut off. Ooh, an Ironclad Slayer. Or a Turnicide. Those are our choices here. I mean, I guess we could also be looking at the Cultist stuff, which sometimes I'm interested in playing. The equip for 3 is a little bit too much for me. I'm not super duper excited that it's equipped 3. Let's see. Turnicide I do like to have in a board. Ironclad Slayer, though, we could actually be black. We could be black-white, maybe splashing for Imprisoned if we needed to. So I think I'm going to pick up this Slayer here. We'll see if that works out. Yeah, here's no blue cards. Here's a Cemetery Recruitment. I'm not really super duper interested in that. We could take a Desperate Sentry. Yeah, maybe we end up splashing for like Griff and Imprisoned in the Moon. We're not necessarily blue at this point. I'm trying to stay open a little bit here. The signals have been a little bit weird to me. Let's see. Do I want a Desperate Sentry? I guess it is fodder for a Wretched Griff if we end up not being black. Guardian of Pilgrims is not a bad 2-drop though. Let's see. Field Creeper helps with Delirium, which we only have 1 Delirium payoff card at the moment. We do need to pick up some 2-drops at some point. Foulbloods is also, I think, playable. I don't think it's great, but I do think it's playable. Let's take the Foulbloods, sure. See how this goes. Okay, here's a Field Creeper. Here's a Bar of Malevolence, which I feel is a little bit late. That is a pretty good card. There's a lot of X1s in this format. So I think I'm interested in picking that up here. Let's take that. I feel like we can always get a Field Creeper later. Wailing Ghoul versus Displace. Is there anything that we really want to displace? We could displace the Scavengers, I guess. That's kind of cute and get another 3-drop back. I don't know. Maybe just take the Ghoul. Just because we don't have any 2-drops yet. These are both cards that I'm really not interested in playing ever. Even if I have a lot of vampires. I don't know, maybe. Maybe if I was all vampires. Okay. Well, here's where we start to make a few choices, right? Sanctifier of Souls, I've seen do some pretty good stuff late game. Exiling creature card, putting in a 1/1 flying token is good. Blessed Alliance. Removal. Target opponent sacrifices an attacking creature. I'm down with that card. It does more than one thing. Pretty strong, right? But here's also a Graph Rats, which we have as Scavengers in our hand. Oh, sigh. This is a tough pick for me. And a Scob. This is a pretty good pack. And here's where we have to make some decisions. I love to do the thing. So I'm very inclined to take this card. However, passing an Alliance is a little bit rough. But I am going to take the Graph Rats here, just because when you do make the Chittering Host, it's very strong and it's very fun. So I'm going to take it, just to make sure we get one. Collective Brutality. Gasp. That's a good card, and I believe it's worth a ticket or so these days. I think that's what I'm going to take here. Although Dragoon is also quite good. Having a discard outlet that can become a flyer is no joke. I've won a few games with this card. Campaign of Vengeance is also sort of interesting. We'll see what wheels to us in this pack, but I'm pretty sure I'm taking the Collective Brutality. It looks like we are black at this point. Black was pretty open last pack. I think we can do well if we stay in black. I'm not quite sure if we're going to go into blue or white. I'm definitely not going to be 3 colors, but let's take the Collective Brutality. It's removal. It does more than one thing. It's a good card. Let's take it. Okay. Oh, here's another boon. Okay, we're definitely black now. Crusader versus a second boon. Yeah, I mean, I just can't pass a boon. I just can't. I mean, that -3 gets rid of a lot of things in this set. It's pretty good. I'm gonna take it. All right, at some point we have to decide if we're gonna be white or blue. Our white cards are okay. I mean, Ironclad Slayer with 2 boons is pretty good, I would think. But I don't really like Desperate Sentry. And I mean, Dawn Griff is good. It's 2-drop flyer. I mean, 2-power flyer is good. So here are no blue cards. We could take a second Dawn Griff, or we could take a Weirded Vampire. Since we know we're black, I'm more inclined to take a black card here, even though I think Dawn Griff is a very solid 3-drop. 2-power in the air is good. It does things. It gets things done. And it's very cute. Look at that Griff. Oh, he's so adorable. Okay, let's take the Weirded Vampire, though. Because like I said, we're not sure if we're going to go into white. Certain Death. Yes, please. It's expensive, but it destroys target creature. Destroy anything is good in this format. So I will take it. I definitely want one of these in my black decks. Probably, I would probably be running 2 if I could, but no more than that. I'm definitely interested in the first one, though. Mutations would be good, too. But yeah, we will eventually pick our second color, I promise. Bloodhall Priest. Oh, here's another Rats. Well, I don't think that we go into black-red or anything for this card. It is a good card. I like it. Especially when you're hellbent. It's a lot of fun. Okay. So we could take a second Graph Rats, which, no, if anything, I'd want a second Scavengers. 1 Graph Rats is enough. So here we could take Borrowed Grace, or we could take Drag Under or Fiend Binder. These are our options. At this point, I think our blue is stronger than our white. I do like the Ironclad Slayer with the 2 boons. But I'm really interested in the Wretched Griff, the Imprisoned, and the Toon Lighten Maniacs. So let's go ahead and take the Drag Under. I think this is going to put us into blue. Dragoon or Dusk Feaster? That is a question. That's certainly a question. Dusk Feaster, we actually have a chance of becoming delirious in this deck. We have sorceries, we have instants, we have enchantments. We do have a chance of getting that to be delirious. But we also have like a Griff up here at the high end. So I think I'm more interested in taking the solid 2-drop right now. For curve purposes, Gavnian Howled is also, it would be decent for us, but I think we do need a Dragoon. Wow. Wow, that is a very late Geist of the Archives, and I'm very interested in taking it. Okay. Wow. I guess I've been drafting a lot of black-blue in this set. If somebody's going to give this to me this late, though, I like have to take it. I'm also interested in Occultist. Occultist would fit just very well in this deck, but I cannot turn this down. That Scry ability is insanely strong, so I'm gonna take that. And you know, it's kind of a wall. It works out. Okay, we don't want a second. Do we? Oh, I thought I took a Displace at some point. I don't think we even want that for the board, though. Our Into the Battlefield effects are not really enticing me to take this card. I guess I'll take a second Borrowed Malevolence. I'm not sure that I run it, though. We'll take it. Another Dragoon. Wow. Okay, I think we're in the right colors because that's a very late Dragoon. Oh, that's a really late Crusader. Oh man, I think we got really lucky. And by lucky, I mean I think we read the signals on black for sure. So I think, yeah, we're in the right place, which is nice. It's good to know. Because sometimes you're like, oh man, I need how many playables going into pack 3? We actually don't need that many. We need 3. Of course, I'd like to upgrade some things like the Foul Bloods and stuff like that, but I really want like none of these things. I don't know. Guardian, I guess I'm going to cut that. I don't think we were interested in running that in this deck. Why is that Outburst there? It's definitely a playable card. That should not be a last pick card. It's always weird when you get a gift like that and you're like, This would go really well in somebody's deck, not mine. Oh, yes, yes. Okay, now we have to just kind of focus on being delirious, which I think we can be. We have 2 boons. We have brutality, which is a sorcery, 2 instants. This is a sorcery. This is a sorcery. Okay. I'm interested in the Mind Rack Demon. It's by pretty powerful. I mean, it's powerful. This is a powerhouse. We just have to make sure we're delirious. If that wasn't there, I'd be taking the Stitch Mangler. Just the Wind and Jace's Scrutiny and Twins are also like good cards for us. So hopefully one of these things is gonna wheel. But Mind Rack Demon, welcome to this party, sir. Okay. Wow, this is a strong pack too. Here's a Silver Strike, a Purge, a Fiery Temper, a Murderous Compulsion. Removal pack, eh? I mean, there's really only one thing that we're interested in this pack, and it's Compulsion. There's just really nothing else for us. This is like an easy pick. I will take it. Okay, so we don't have any clue stuff, correct? Illuminator's really just not gonna do it for me. It's just so sad because he was such a boss in Shadows, and now he's just kind of just a little sad panda. Okay. We could take a Harvest Hand. That doesn't really help us though. It doesn't really help us in our quest for Delirium or anything like that. I think, well, we could take a Throttle. What's our removal situation? 2 boons, Brutality, Malevolence gets rid of 1-drops, Compulsion, Drag Under, Imprisoned in the Moon, Certain Death. Do we need a Throttle or would we rather have a Press? I think I'm going to take the Throttle and put it over here. I'm not really sure if it's going to make the main deck. It might. Ever After. Oh, Corpse Trawler. Well, how many zombies do we have? Just the Foul Bloods? Is that really it? And Wailing Ghoul, but Wailing Ghoul's going to come out. Ever After. I don't play with this card a lot. When I have played with it, it's been mildly successful, so I'd be willing to give it a shot, but I think the Corpse Trawler is pretty good too. Pale Rider, Ghostly Wings. I don't know. I don't know what the pick is supposed to be here. I really don't. When in doubt, go with the Corpse Trawler, I think, because we are black-blue, and it is 2 bodies. I think it's okay. I don't know. Maybe I was supposed to take the Ever After. Maybe. Okay. Moving forward, here we have, wow, it's a late prophet. And a Traverse. I feel like that's still a ticket these days. That's kind of crazy that that's still there. Here we go. We have a Grotesque Mutation and a Vampire Noble. We actually don't have that many 3-drop creatures. We have a Foul Bloods and a Geist. I don't really want a Noble though. I think I'm going to take Mutation here. Maybe replace it. Take out one of these Malevolence. Just to get a little bit of variety. Let's see. Essence Flux. Doesn't really help us, does it? No, I mean, we don't have like a spirit deck. Sometimes that can be kind of cute. Or if like you have a bunch of Stitch Manglers, it's nice. Shrunker Mentor. We really don't have that many vampires. We have the Dragoons and a Crusader and a Weirded Vampire. I don't think I want a Mentor, or I don't really want the Rotten Heart Ghoul either. Maybe we take the Catalog? Is there any world where we run this? Maybe. Probably not. Golem with the Mind Rack Demon? That's possible. I like this because it has a big butt. And if, I don't know, for some reason, I don't think we're really self-milling ourselves here, but this is an artifact creature. I want it more than a Hound of the Farbogs, or I'm not running a Grotesque Mutation by any stretch. I just would not run 2 of those in this deck, so we'll take this. I don't know that we're actually going to run it, though. Manic Scribe. I don't think we're going to be delirious, little buddy. I don't think this is your place. It's not your time to shine. If I was certain we could hit Delirium and I, had 3 of these, maybe I'd be interested in the mill plan, but I think maybe we just want a Vampire Noble? Question mark? We just really don't have that many 3-drops. I think I'm interested in cleaning up our curve a little bit here, like cutting Weirded for that. Twins are great. Jace's Scrutiny. Let's see. We have 2 Madness outlets in the Dragoons. So twins, maybe we can somehow cheat that out on turn 3. That's appealing to me. Jace's Scrutiny is also a strong card, which I would be interested in, but I think that twins just fits what we're doing better, maybe. I just think we kind of need that card right now. I don't know, maybe Scrutiny was the pick. That was a tough pick for me. Okay. Indignation. I have lost this card too many times. At least 4 times, which is silly. And it feels bad. I guess I'm going to take the Vessel. Not that I'm going to play it. I don't know. Dual shot we're going to cut. Does this wreck any of our stuff? Just Graph Rats. Is there any world where I play Alms of the Vein? Probably not. Yeah, let's just cut that. Shambleback? Probably not, but it's in our colors. Vampire Noble, I don't think I want to run 2 of them. Okay, well, we have a deck. It's not the worst deck. Our colors sort of dried up. I don't think blue was actually ever really that open. But black was definitely the right color. Maybe we were supposed to be black-white. This is an okay deck. Let's see how it goes. We have the combo with the rats and the scavengers, which is nice. Our curve is a little wonky. We're missing 3-drops. However, the good things about this deck are it has a lot of removal. A lot of good, solid removal. Okay, so let's look at sorceries. That's probably not going to end up in the yard. 2 enchantments, 3 sorceries, and 3 instants. Oh, this is sorcery too. Okay, 2 instants, 2 enchantments, 4 sorceries. Okay, so I think we do have a pretty good shot at being delirious, which is good because we have a Mind Rack Demon. Geist of the Archives helps us find what we need. This deck might be okay. I wish it had, like, I don't know. I wish its curve was more like this, but what are you going to do? This is not the worst thing. And I guess we could make the curve a little bit better by putting in a Vampire Noble, taking out a Maniac, and a Golem. Because what is that really doing for us? Besides being an artifact creature, which is, sort of handy. We're a little bit light on creatures, but I think that's okay. Just because our removal is very solid. I think this is what I'm going to call a deck. We have some evasion. We didn't get as many flyers as I'd like. Wow. I mean, the Dragoons might be okay. I don't like that we have to run 2 Vampire Nobles. I don't like that at all. But I think we're going to be okay. We don't have anything really flashy besides the demon and the griff. And the griff isn't really even flashy. This is flashy. That's pretty much it. Our removal is quite solid, though. And the Dragoons might get us home by being flyers. Yeah, I'm not really impressed with our creatures. Except for the scavengers and the rats. And the demon. But, I don't know. I'm going to do 10-7. I want to be able to, like, have an island on turn 3. Alright, well. It's definitely not the most exciting deck I've ever built, but the removal, A+. We did very well there. Yeah, I actually don't think we were supposed to be in blue, which I'm seeing now. But I was being a little bit stubborn because I do have a soft spot for this griff. And, I mean, we have Imprisoned in the Moon and Geist of the Archives. I mean, that was so late. That was so late. I wonder if people just saw how open blue was and, like, multiple people moved into it, and that's what happened with pack 3. Yeah, so we'll see how this goes. See you in a few minutes. Thank you.